A loaf of bread costs 50% more today than it did before the pandemic. Ground beef is up almost 50%.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
And as you seen earlier, Trump was trending with Gen Zers. And then y'all know this is my age group right here, the Gen Z. I'm the same age as these beautiful Americans in this clip right here on MSNBC. Let's check it out.
20 years old. Why is a one-bedroom apartment $600, $1,600? Like, oh my God, for 500 square foot.
One at a time, I said. Yep.
Rent prices is outrageous. And then these jobs, they're bare minimum jobs. Like, I'm supposed to be in customer service. Before I was a server, I was working at like fast food restaurants, and nothing against them, love it, but we need them jobs. But why are you yelling at me over a burger? So it's one of those type of things. It's like the work life, trying to balance out school, trying to balance out finding housing. It's just overhyped. Like, I really waited my whole life to grow up and do this.
Telling y'all now, man, they go out and cast that vote. Tide is turning, man. People are sick and tired. Sick and tired. Time for a change. It's time to bring common sense back. Let's jump into today's video, man. It's gonna be a good one. Oh boy, that honeymoon stage has come to an end. And as you can see, a lot of people are upset, even Democrats, people on the left. Ooh, as y'all can see, man, it's trending, viral. Everybody's talking about it. They are mad. They say they're sick of the false promises. Oh man, they're sick of all the pandering. Offering money during an election, it's a bribe. Oh boy, they are boy. I don't know if she can recover from this one, y'all, but I know a lot of people are waiting for this debate. And man, all Trump got to do was go in there, put his foot down, stay calm, focus on the policy, be the adult in the room. He doesn't have to do all the attacking. You know, he's already getting help from others, and even Tulsi. Oh man, this is gonna be good, boy. Y'all, man, I know y'all haven't put the popcorn down. Put non-GMO, low sodium. Don't run your cholesterol up. Don't run your blood pressure up now. Don't run it up now. But let's go and get into it, man. Boy, what we get y'all? They're gonna give us $25,000 towards first-time home buyers. But realtors will just list the prices of homes $25,000 higher. Damn, I tell you, boy, you just can't make this up. Cheers. I'm on that Italian liquor today. I told y'all, spaghetti and meatballs. Strong right there. A little savory and sweet too. Hey, that's that spaghetti and meatballs right there. You better not forget the garlic bread. You better not forget it now. I know some of them pictures throw that cornbread in there too. That's how Daddy used to make it. It was either garlic bread or cornbread. Rest in peace to Rick Sr., baby. That's how Daddy used to make it, man. Spaghetti and meatballs. Amen. But man, it's just uncomparable, man. And I don't understand how anybody is clapping this on, man. You know, we've let the media build a candidate, worst approval rating, not one single vote. And again, with that record, I'd be scared to debate Trump too, myself. I'm sorry. I'll be running and hiding too. But you can see this Trump and Vance ticket. Nobody's hiding, sitting in the corner, ducking, dodging. You know, we're talking about policy, how we're going to solve the main problems and issues. Yeah. It's completely different, man. And I'm glad a lot of people are waking up and seeing it. A lot of people are facts over emotions. Never Trumpers. People that hate Trump. People that didn't like that he said this or tweeted this or didn't like that about him. Yeah. They're on the Trump train. Registered Democrats on the Trump train. The tide is turning, man. And boy, she's lost momentum fast. People are not going for it, man. I'm telling you. People are waking up. And I love to see it, man. But let's go and jump in. This one's come from Liberal Hive Mind. This is a well put together video. I can't wait to jump into this one, man.
Democrat clown cart might be on a direct trajectory towards complete crash and collapse. Kamala Harris comes out today with her first official campaign announcement, letting people know exactly where she stands on the issue of economics, and holy frickin' moly, what an utter train wreck the last 24 hours has been for little Kamala. And of course, as expected on the flip side, Donald Trump's trucking along, things are going swimmingly, so basically same old, let's do the contrast. Let's have a conversation about Kamala Harris's media event and Trump's media event. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so I guess the Trump camp was listening to MSNBC. Remember, they said this, right?
What you see Republicans doing at the RNC and various campaigns is, here's what gas costs, here's what milk costs, here's what an apartment cost on January 20th, 2021, and here's what it costs now. And those numbers are really bad for the Harris campaign.
All you got to do is focus on prices, focus on the track record over the last 4 years, and it's not good for Kamala. I mean, for Pete's sakes, even Kamala seems to know it's not good for Kamala.
A loaf of bread cost 50% more today than it did before the pandemic. Ground beef is up almost 50%.
Even she admits the prices are up significantly since before the pandemic, essentially since she took office. And so really it should be simple. All Trump's got to do is put some emphasis on that very clear fact. And that, of course, is exactly what Trump did.
Put the groceries on the table. Woo! You know, plain and simple, man. Plain and simple. We need common sense back. We need common sense back. You know, right now we don't have any common sense, and that's why things are the way they are. Why millions of people are struggling and dying right now. We need common sense back. Can we make common sense great again? Simple. Because we are sick and tired, man. Everybody is sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. I'd have to say, you're looking at things behind me. They did a nice job. Wow. I haven't gotten to see. That's good. I don't like the tags very much. Look at that. Up 46% eggs. Wow. Up 65%. Wow, school lunch is up 65%. How can a family afford that? But look at this over here. What a nice job. I think I'm going to take some of them back to my cottage and have a lot of fun. Like the Cheerios. I haven't seen Cheerios in a long time. I'm going to take them back with me. Bacon is through the roof. They're all through the roof. The milk, everything is bad. This is the cost of food. This is the cost of your basics. Every single thing is up. Eggs up 48%. Cookies up 27%. Look at what's going on. Butter up 31%. And this is just the beginning. It's a disaster.
In other words, the Trump train is still rolling along just fine. In fact, everything seems to be going peachy, just breaking records, holding.
And I love they're making smart moves, y'all. We're back on X. We're back on Twitter. You know, we're back on TikTok, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. But we're back on the main platforms that matter, that a lot of voters are on, swiping through. You know, and everybody sees this, man. You know. So we're making some smart moves, and I love that his Twitter page is back booming. I mean, he's gained millions of new followers like that. You know, I know a lot of us have been on Truth Social, a lot of you guys, but you know, the main messaging where a lot of people are, where millions, almost billions of people are on Twitter or X, however you want to call it, and TikTok. You know, those are two of the leading platforms as well. You know, besides, you know, this platform and Facebook and stuff.
massive media events that cost almost nothing to put together, but generate millions of dollars worth of press and conversation. The Trump camp is doing what it does best. Meanwhile, the Kamala campaign, well, it just keeps getting worse, frankly. Like I outlined in the intro, today was a big day, and today is probably yesterday as you're watching this. Kamala this morning announces the first priorities, the first economic priorities of her administration, or her potential administration. I don't want to speak anything into existence here. And there's really only one way to describe some of Kamala Harris's promises. I'm going to use a clip for this.
No offense, but it sounds like some commie gobbledygook.
Yeah, it's exactly what you might have expected. A whole bunch of commie gobbledygook. Kamala Harris started off with her home buyer subsidy for first-time home buyers.
Also know that as the price of housing has gone up, the size of down payments have gone up as well. Even if aspiring homeowners save for years, it often still is not enough. So in addition, while we work on the housing shortage, my administration will provide first-time home buyers with $25,000 to help with the down payment on a new home.
And of course, just as you'd expect, all the leftoids are soy-facing, ooh, Mama Kamala, with the 25K stimmy. And I'm sitting here face-palming at the sheer stupidity of this economic promise. $25,000. I mean, that's essentially a $25,000 stimulus check for people who want to buy their first home. Who's gonna pay for that? Not to mention, we already know the effects of artificial stimulus. Hyperinflation. You create artificial hyper demand for a product. In other words, all of a sudden, pretty much everybody's got enough money for a down payment on a home. You have a buying frenzy, and in many cases, a lot of unqualified buyers slipping through the cracks. And what do you get as a result? A mortgage crisis and a housing bubble. You get housing inflation and a bubble that will inevitably burst. You can't artificially stimulate housing purchases, and also you can't artificially stimulate home buying without a clear, concrete plan on meeting that actual increased demand. In other words,
Like them beautiful patriots say, you just can't make this up.
you need a plan for building more homes. Millions of more homes. And how exactly is Kamala planning on doing that? Well, there's no actual plan for that. No, just a 25K stimulus. Completely brain dead. This is economic illiteracy. She is running on a campaign of not knowing how the economy works. She's running on a campaign of promising free shit. Vote for me and I'll give you $50,000 with no actual understanding of the consequences that would have on the actual economy. Not to mention who's going to pay for this. You think it's going to be all the rich people? Of course not. They're experts at avoiding paying taxes. It's the middle class that's going to suffer here. The cost of housing is going to go up. Frankly, the cost of probably everything is going to go up, considering Kamala's probably going to have to print $10 trillion to fund these ridiculous socialist enterprises. In other words, it's Joe Biden's economic disaster on frickin' steroids. I mean, Kamala was supposed to come out here and announce to the world that she was not a communist, and the first thing she does is present the most radically socialist economic platform of any presidential candidate in modern American history. It doesn't end with the endless money printing. No, of course not. Kamala Harris also wants to implement Soviet-style federal price controls.
So believe me, as president, I will go after the bad actors. And I will work to pass the first ever federal ban on price gauging on food.
She keeps going on about this price gouging thing, but it's complete nonsense. She's trying to blame inflation on grocery stores rather than her and Joe Biden's failed tenure. Price gouging is not a real thing, and I'll tell you why it's not a real thing. It's actually quite simple. Again, basic economics. If you have a company that's set up in a neighborhood and they're price gouging people, well then what do you think's gonna happen? An opposing competitor will then set up shop right next door and offer lower, more competitive prices, and the price gouger automatically is forced to then match those prices or go out of business. Yeah, this is called basic market forces, and that's what dictates prices, not evil, corrupt capitalist CEOs trying to screw over normal people. Actually, those CEOs are trying to keep their companies afloat because normal people rely on those companies doing well for their livelihoods, whether they're shareholders in those companies or whether they're employees. I mean, this is the dumbest stuff I have ever seen enter the world of American politics. I mean, for Pete's sakes, even CNN's not taking it seriously.
This new program that she's kind of doing is pretty far left. $25,000, price controls essentially. That's number one. But the other thing is, kind of conveniently forgot she was vice president for the last 4 years when a lot of the housing market crisis was at its worst, when inflation was at its worst. So there's a lot of memory holding that. But look, when it comes to the 25K, I mean, you just added $25,000 into every price on every home price in the country, because if you're giving that away essentially for free, people will add it into the price.
Well, first of all, nobody can explain what price gouging means. It's like that old line about pornography. I know it when I see it, which basically says, like, it's not going to be markets, it's not going to be supply and demand that's determining how much your grocery store charges you for milk or for eggs. It's going to be some bureaucrat in DC, which seems like totally unworkable, first of all, for the FTC to be deciding like how much Kroger charges for eggs in Michigan. But it also would be very bad for markets. We've seen this kind of thing tried in lots of other countries before: Venezuela, Argentina, the Soviet Union, etc. It leads to shortages. It leads to black markets. Plenty of uncertainty. And beyond that, the specific way this bill is written might actually increase prices because of some of the other language in it.
They're calling Kamala Harris's plan not feasible and unreasonable and unrealistic. They're not taking it seriously because it's complete nonsense. And that's the obvious trend here. Now the only question that remains is, are the people dumb enough to fall for it? It's obvious what's happening here. Kamala Harris is promising a bunch of free crap that you, the American citizen, the taxpayer, the voter, will inevitably have to pay for in some way or another. She's promising a bunch of free crap, and the question is, are people dumb enough to fall for it? Obviously, the Democrat play here has been to destroy the public education system, rendering millions of Americans totally uneducated on matters of economics. The question is, did Democrats dumb down the nation enough to where people will fall for this stuff? 25K home subsidies? It's unreal. I mean, that will destroy the economy. Universal healthcare, Soviet-style price controlling. I mean, just the baseline of the ideology itself. Kamala Harris is an economic conspiracy theorist. She denies the reality of inflation, or at least the cause or the root cause of inflation. Are people really this uninformed? I guess that's the question. We'll have to see. All I gotta say is spend the next 3 months educating people on these issues. Otherwise, by January 2024, a bunch of commie gobbledygook might be on the freaking menu. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I can stomach it. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got.
Yeah. And I'm so glad a lot of people are speaking out against this, because they understand. They think we're stupid. For real, y'all. They think we're stupid. But a lot of people know basic economics. Basic economics. But people, again, some people are still clapping this on. I just don't know. And I know some of them are, they just steal over emotions over facts. They don't like Trump that he said this and that, but it has to be facts over emotions, man. And we need common sense back. We need common sense back, man. Because we liars and failures. And that's all we've had these last couple of years. And now you see they're copycatting, they're reversing policies. Pathetic. What about fracking? Fracking. But you said this, but now you're backtracking? You're backtracking. Boy. Boy. $25,000. Well, you just can't make this stuff up, man. But I'm glad that a lot of people are calling this crap out, man. I'm so happy to see a lot of people calling this crap out. I love you guys, man. And I'm wishing the best in all you guys' life. Y'all keep it real with me in the comments. I know my beautiful patriots, my brothers and sisters, are going to keep it real with me always. And amen. I am wishing the best in everybody's life. I don't care where you're from, what your age is, what side you stand on, if you're blue, red. Hey, don't care. One love to the human race. We wishing the best for everybody in this fast time travel that we live in, man. Millions of people are struggling. We are declining. People are dying. You never know what somebody's going through in these times. So I encourage you to spread love to one another, man. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love, family.